welcome to episode 7 of The Space Between. We are missing Avery tonight, so I will be reading the recap from Zeke's perspective. Let's see. In, or I guess it's not written from Zeke's perspective. My bad. Anyway, in our recent Stars Without Number session, the crew under the employ of Mr. Gray embarked on a mission disguised as space UPS operatives. We delivered a package housing a strategic camera to monitor our target. Zeke's leadership and Bo's ingenuity shone as we infiltrated a high rise using a garbage delivery guise to intercept and tail our mark. The session highlighted our adaptability and resourcefulness in navigating complex scenarios within the expansive universe of Stars Without Number. The culmination of their efforts ultimately enabled them to find their target and proceed to follow him, certain that we would catch him in the act of kicking puppies or something similar in order to drive him into following your lead. Forgot about the puppy kicking factory. Um, is it just me or did that read like a resume entry?
It read like it was written by AI.
No,
That's what I
that
was
would
thinking.
actually.
Some details were fed into Chat GPT.
Avery, mark my words, we're on to you. Though AI written recaps are not against the rules as of yet, so until the makes a vote, you're in the clear. So, we left off with you all. I guess specifically it was Zeke and Bo tailing Mark, and yeah, I guess that he, if I'm remembering correctly, I believe we were just waiting to find out where or to where you tailed him. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think we left that on a cliffhanger.
All right.
I can only assume the puppy kicking factory.
But of course. Yeah, I'm remembering I'm like ready to leave it on a cliffhanger, and then Avery's like, "Yeah, so what's the deal? We're just like ready to eliminate this guy." And Danielle's like, "Oh no, fam." Oh man, that was a great conversation. Okay, enough living in the past. Time for the present. We're in the uh, somewhat unusual circumstance where the absent player's character is pivotal to the current scene, being the driver in the moment. It's kind of hard to just background him. um, Man, if only I'd gotten him to decide on his harebrained scheme, then we could just do that. Game plan is decided. Let me think here. Because I don't want to derail the plan. I think it'll be pretty simple. Oh my. Yeah, Avery's gone, so Zeke just is absent. The driver's seat is now empty and the van is going wild. Oh no. Um okay, I think we can pretty much just have Zeke take Bo's lead in this part of the chase. So as we enter heavy traffic, rush hour, we're going to be trying to keep up with the bishop.
He's a bishop.
Yeah, maybe I never mentioned that out loud last session. I put it in the description that Cherry got off of just his blurb on the net. Bishop of Commerce. It's kind of, because Urala is a whatever the word is for religious government that completely escapes me in the moment.
Theocracy?
Thank you. It's a theocracy, so they use like religious terms for their governmental official government positions.
So it'll be even more embarrassing when we catch him at the puppy kicking factory.
Exactly. Man, you're making me want to do that so bad. Anyway, this is probably going to require a bit of a pilot check from our pilot here, unless Bo tells him to swap with him and let him drive. What do you think? Decaz,
He said for his pilot check, he'd probably do better. I guess unless we're both -1.
He has nothing helping from attributes. He also has a -1 from pilot.
Is it piloting with Dex?
No, I'm not in the vehicle.
Yeah, it would be pilot with dexterity. All right, accept.
Okay, then I guess I'd at least have a +1 to that.
Okay.
I don't know. Do I just throw him out of the driver's seat? I say, you're doing it wrong. Get out of here. I'll show you how to tail somebody.
All right.
This hubris is leading up to a 1. I'm sure of it.
Oh, Gurgine.
All right.
Well, better than I
Nice.
was predicting.
Minimal success.
All right. So Zeke says, "Okay." He opens the door and hops out.
He just rolled out of the car.
And Bo is taken aback for the moment until he hears Zeke's voice behind him. Well, are you going to drive or what? And so Bo scrambles into the driver's seat. Fortunately, you were at a pretty slow moving portion of traffic. But still was not exactly the move that Bo was expecting, I guess. And with a 7, yeah, the traffic is heavy, but Bo is a very aggressive driver. And with plenty of honking and slamming of brakes around him, he manages to keep pretty close to Bishop Diedrich's vehicle, and hopefully without arousing any suspicion. And a good little drive later, about 20 minutes of pushing through traffic, you arrive at a residential area and follow him into pretty much a suburban neighborhood. You notice one property undergoing construction, whereas the age of the houses around it indicate this is not a new neighborhood. There's one apparently being rebuilt, but otherwise the neighborhood looks pretty well like a normal neighborhood. And you watch him park in front of a house, get out, check the mail, and make his way on in.
Well, looks like our boy's a pretty boring fella. Straight home after work, probably. Drinks a glass of milk and listens to local public radio.
Shots fired, Bo. I slowly put down my glass of milk.
Guess we're not going to get much by the way of leverage out of them. Zeke.
Guess not.
Is
Drugs.
Bo communicating this to anyone other than Zeke in the car?
I guess
I was
he'll
gonna ask.
he'll text the fella's address. I'll say put up the you know what and followed our fella after he left work, and then text the address.
I'm assuming to Eva.
Yeah, I guess him.
Okay. Eva looks over at Pete.
Do we have a group chat yet?
Would Bo use the group chat?
It's our crew to group chat levels.
So does. Yeah, would Bo participate in the group chat? That's a very good question.
I think he'd use it for business purposes. He's definitely not reading like any of Eva's, like important notices or anything.
Well, that's where she posts them. How else do you get your important notice to everyone?
He just scrolls to the bottom and, texts whatever.
He's the one who leaves it unread for like a week, and then out of the blue, right after somebody sends like funny meme waiting for a response, he just sends like a very serious business related message, totally ignoring the joke that they're in the middle of. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that check out of a group chat for 5 days, blow past 250 messages, text whatever he's gonna text, and then pieces back out.
Yeah, I mean, we would have a group chat. I think there was a whole meeting with the planning board, and everything, and so if we're all getting serious about working together on an operation, I think the only concern that we might have, maybe Pete would know more about this, is whether we can trust communications between our cell phones here, or if we need to get something that's more personally secured, like a comm server.
I think that's more up Cherry's alley to know than Pete.
I thought he would have had some experience with that just from working with another mercenary crew.
Maybe. Mr. GM, what you think?
Sorry, about what?
About Pete possibly having some experience with knowing whether or not they can trust the privacy of their communications.
Oh boy. That's a topic. Does he have the program skill at all?
Nope.
The reason I was asking about him is less about whether he thinks it can be trusted here, and more about whether he has, through his previous mercenary work or inclusion on a mercenary team, basically if they always used something private that he would be like, and yeah, mercenary teams use this.
I don't know. I don't. It's sounding like probably not. I don't think that was his specialty.
Nah, that was not really his specialty.
It's still kind of outside of what I'm asking, but I'll take that. Okay. Well then, yeah, we've got a group message. Hello, government. We are here plotting to kill someone.
So this is the no. Oh, what am I trying to say? This is the no felonies chat.
Oh dear.
I guess I'm trying to avoid a GM trap of, 8 sessions down, cops coming in like, well, on this day you texted that you were staking out this senator and now he's dead.
Consequences for my actions? Never.
Narrowly avoided.
I mean, you guys would generally know that you're using the public what's it called? Public grid. If somebody were to have reason to tap try to tap your communications or pull records of your stuff, it would be possible.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not probably it's not a great place to discuss felonies and talk about murdering senators.
That's why
But-
we put a bunch of code in there.
A lot of it.
And I guess immediately blew it by giving away the guy's address.
Yeah, I mean, you would know. Well, let me think about it this way. So you can say Bo does that. I think it's reasonable for Eva to know, and even for Pete to know, just that general fact about these are communications on the global net or whatever. Doesn't seem like the sort of thing that Bo would be extremely concerned about. He's usually just like he's given means to communicate with the team, and that's that. So I don't know. Eva might have cause to chastise him about that, but
Yeah. Well, she'll first look over at Pete and be like, should we ask him to do a stakeout? He should do a stakeout.
Sure, we can ask him to do that. We could also just say, see what you can see.
I'm worried about him getting too close.
Yep.
But I think
I guess you could say, look, but no touchy. You think that's how he thinks to talk?
I don't think he's that bad, is he? What if I put it
I
in
don't know. This is our first job with him.
animal terms? What are good animal terms for following someone?
Watch that man like a dingo watches a human baby. Sorry, I couldn't help it. GM interjection.
I guess Pete would look at her and be like, I don't know. I'm not an animal person. Beware of badger bites?
Eva takes to the internet.
How to speak in animal code language? I knew that sounded familiar.
Hmm?
Oh, but just referenced where that was from. And now I recognize it so much. Ugh.
My name's not Hal. It's Titan.
Eva gets a little bit absorbed into what she's found online. I remember reading that book. I wonder if it's still in my library. I need to read it again. Bo. Okay. And then she calls Bo.
Okay, picks up. Go for Bo.
Go, what? Bo. Yes. So be careful what you send over this text because text can be read real easy. When you have politicos that your family gets into trouble with. My family never did. The Mulligans are very upstanding, but we know of other families that got into political trouble and they were using regular unencrypted grid lines, comms. There's whatever the government provides in the city, and those can be read by anyone. So why don't you um prowl around and lurk in the shadows, maybe stalk like a cat. Does that make sense?
Are you reading me a children's book or something?
Well, I don't read children's books unless I'm critiquing the impact of the text and the cartoons and the composition of each on the fragile psychological processes of young minds.
Well,
And I have done that.
I'll prowl like a cat and
No, it's
flap my
stalk
arms
like a
like
cat.
an eagle and
No eagles, hawk. Watch like a hawk.
I'll rummage around in his trash can like a raccoon.
No
yeah,
raccoons.
I guess you're right about getting on their government comms network. Probably need to find us some of them burner phones or something.
That's a good idea. I'll look into that.
Yeah, I used to use those on jobs. You go through them like candy bars, though.
It sounds expensive.
One of them falls off the back of a truck or something. You get a box of them. That'll do you for a while.
Pete will look at Eva and say, not dying is expensive.
Yes, okay, that's a very good point. But okay, for now we'll text coded texts that mean call me so we can talk more freely.
Yeah, sound good.
But yeah, if you can, could you do a stakeout? I mean, watch like a hawk. But hawks don't see at night, do they?
Well, that's a good question.
Watch like an owl. Maybe that's better.
Yeah, those fellas used to hunt at night. They'd always get in the way of me shooting them rabbits and stuff.
Oh. Aw. Shot bunnies?
They're good eating.
I'm surprised at you, Bo.
You had never had some good old rabbit stew? I tell you, when it's winter and food gets lean, ain't nothing better than a brace of rabbits. Cook them up with some taters.
I've had rabbit stew, of course, but I've never shot one. That's different.
You ain't ever lived till you killed your own meat for the soup.
Oh, ew, no. Okay, so you're on a stakeout. Call us if you need any food brought to you or something.
You telling me I get steak if I sit here and watch this guy? I'll sit here all night.
Some of the MREs come with steak, right? I think I can find something.
Oh, you're breaking up, going into a tunnel. I'll be waiting for my steak.
Eve looks at the phone. After the call is gone. I think he hung up on me. He's not driving anywhere.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. You referenced the MRE, so I imagine he's not excited.
I wouldn't be either. Okay. Burner phones sound so low budget. Um,
Better than getting in trouble.
what if we just set up our own communication network? I've read a book or two. I can probably do it.
You know how to do that?
You just follow instructions. It's easy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, how did you get those emojis in there?
I copied it over from Discord.
That makes sense. That's great.
Nice.
Wow.
Maybe we'll ask Cherry. She has to have some way of some knowledge of communications.
Huh,
But-
that's true.
Barry, who always has like at least 2 compads or data slabs going. Nope,
I'm-
not a clue. Sorry.
Look forward to hearing her perspective on the question.
Yeah, so Eva will try and find Cherry. Or just use a ship intercom and say, Cherry, can you come to the planning board, please?
Cherry has headphones on. And she does not hear it.
Cherry. Cherry. Is the intercom working? Obviously it's working.
I mean, she could be busy. Maybe go see?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Eva will go to Cherry's room.
He will start putting together a shopping list, of course, including burner phones.
When Ava comes comes to Cherry's room, she'll find the doorway is like cracked open.
Yeah, she'll hit the intercom button to beep first, and if Cherry doesn't respond, then she'll push her way in.
Cherry would not respond, so
Yeah, Eva pushes her way in. Cherry, hello.
Cherry catches a glimpse of movement out of the corner of her eye and pulls the over ear headphones she had on off of her ears, and very loud volume of audio comes out over them. Oh, I'm so sorry. What's that?
Oh, how do you listen to that? That's so loud.
Oh, yeah, I was just like catching up with like the most modern like the most up to date streams and castings and things. Um just to kind of like hear what's trending and like what's going on right now.
Oh.
And also while I was listening to that, I was kind of trying to figure out what our next move should be with Mr. Gray, but that's kind of a dead end. So then I was also doing some editing, but then I also needed some background music.
Okay. Oh.
You start to gather that she's got like 2, possibly 3 different audio clips going at the same time.
That's why it all sounds like noise.
What? Oh, I mean, to the indiscernible ear, yeah, but like I'm just trying to multitask.
Well, I'm sure you're very good at that. I have a question for you that's right up your alley. Roll? Because you have a role here in this operation.
Fairy raises an eyebrow and she reaches over to her devices and starts pausing various things until there's not any sound coming out of her headphones.
Yeah.
How can I
Uh,
help you?
I think Eva would motion her out to where Pete's making the list so that they can all three be involved here.
Fairy would look around at where she's sitting cross-legged on the floor, at her pillows and her snacks, and she would look up at Eva again.
Oh, it's okay.
Like
Pete,
right now,
can you
or
come
like,
over, Pete?
thanks. Yeah, that's great.
It will come over.
So we just
Yeah.
had Bo text an address that I'm worried if anybody wants to look at the transmissions that we've made, that they'll see that we were involved in anything with that address in the future. Can you set up some kind of top secret secure communication network for us?
Well, oh, sorry. I think I need more sugar. I think I could set up something private, maybe low level encryption, but like I haven't had a lot of experience with encryption other than like basic, well, I mean, a little more than basic, but like some security settings.
Okay, what would you need? What do we have to go by?
Um, Let me look into it. Hey Ben,
Hmm.
could I make a program check or something like that to know what Cherry would need? Or if
Yeah,
she's
that sounds good.
even capable of doing it. Okay. 1 second. I'm still in the bedroom with Noah and a cat on top of me. Hold on a second. Detangling myself. Okay. Running to my laptop to make a check. Ow! Oh my goodness, I ran into the wall. This is ridiculous. Okay.
So we probably shouldn't be laughing at that,
No, it's okay.
but it is very
Oh,
funny.
yeah. Yeah, no. Stop laughing at my wife running into walls. How dare you?
That definitely was not me laughing at my wife as well.
Ouch. No, I would never do such a thing. That would be despicable.
Program. What attribute would I use for this, Ben? Intelligence?
Intelligence, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, Cherry has an idea of what's involved, and I'd say enough to know that she wouldn't really want to have to try to design something like that herself. You're usually better off just buying the equipment to isolate and encrypt your communications.
Would that be a comm server?
Yeah, she would know about comm server. We would. Let me think if there's some. Let me use my GM brain here to think if there's some other sort of option. Because you guys already, am I gathering correctly that you guys sort of ruled out burner phones, or at least you didn't really, you were hoping to avoid doing the burner phone route?
I think Eva thinks it's beneath her because she's still kind of from she's still kind of thinking that she's from rich family.
Oh, okay.
Uh I mean, as a player, I also just think it's a little bit clunkier of a solution than comm servers.
Yeah, because Cherry would also think of that's a less secure option, but um, a little bit easier to use because you can just use it anywhere. There's a comm grid and just not worry about the persistent data. Rely
Well,
on
burner
not letting
phones.
anybody. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. I think burner phones are great when we're working at continental ranges or outside the range of a comm server. But for like just kind of in one city operation, it feels less elegant.
I got you. Danielle's muted, so I guess I'm guessing she intends to be. Um, were
Sorry,
you?
I did not intend to be.
Oh, okay.
All I was gonna say though is that then I guess Dex would not have. I guess Dex didn't hear me then when I said that Cherry probably would have asked Eva about burner phones though.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't hear that. Sorry.
Would you be okay with that, or do you just want to like kind of skip over it?
I mean, we can. It's
Yeah.
a comm server is 1,000 credits. We definitely don't have the money for that right now. So that's if burner phones are how much were they? 10 a pop?
That might have been what I quoted you guys before.
We bought a big old box at some point. And you did it like the
That's
med
right.
kit.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think that's what I was kind of thinking. I can't remember
We went
how
to
many.
Spaceys and bought in bulk.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
liked that solution better than trying to track them individually. Um,
Yeah, true.
you find some kind of sketchy dude, uh, in a parking lot of an abandoned mall kind of situation, or outside of a taco truck.
Hey,
And
now that's getting too personal.
let's see, what am I looking for right now? Oh, uh, okay, yeah. How much is a med kit? If somebody has that pulled up, I think that's probably I don't know if that's the price I used for the box as well. Um, but might be a decent. Let's
It's
see,
100 credits.
hmm
100 credits. Okay, yeah. So price of a one normal compad, but these are just these are very trimmed down, no fluff,
hmm
um, just for doing bare bones communication, and so that they can be mass produced. Okay, yeah. So you guys have a big box O burner phones that we can.
A bebob.
You betcha. Um,
Big box of
and I don't
burners.
remember. I feel like we did it. We did it whenever you needed a new one or something like that. Whenever you pulled a new one out, not like every time you communicated using
Right.
said burner phones.
Sounds about right. Okay.
So,
So yeah, if
'cause-
Cherry brings that up to Eva, she'll be like, "Aren't burner phones what criminals use?"
I mean, like, not necessarily. I have used a couple.
But when you're doing something that you don't want people to. Oh.
Haven't you
Okay.
ever kept a secret from your parents?
No.
Oh my gosh, what's that like?
uh, what what do you mean? What's that like? You're not supposed to lie to your parents.
Oh my gosh, that is so sweet. You have a wholesome and trusting relationship with your parental figures.
Yes.
Wow.
Didn't
Nevermore has Bo got the feeling he's missing out on a great conversation.
didn't you?
Eva, I just told you about using a burner phone for parental reasons. I'm gonna let you draw your own conclusions because you're a smart girl.
Well, of course I am. Okay. Well, I mean, of course I get it. I get it. I understand why.
Good. All right, great.
Hmm. Hmm. Um, we can. Yes, I still have some money from my allowance. And I can put some towards these burner phones. Maybe I should go with you when you get them so that I can see this side of the business and see the darker, dangerous side of Cherry, the girl who lies to her parents and.
Cherry is gonna raise an eyebrow at that.
I guess I wasn't always honest with them. But we don't need to talk about that.
Cherry would look at Pete.
I think Eva actually did lie to her parents about Pete for the first couple of days. Didn't we talk about Pete being out in her treehouse that she had, her personally built treehouse, while she tried to figure out how to break the news that she was bringing a boy home.
She pulls an ET.
She what,
It
Ethan?
was something like that, yeah.
Pulls an ET. He
She
said.
pulls an ET
Oh,
with
yes. Yeah. She's now realizing that yes, she has lied to her parents.
I guess it wasn't anything that required a burner phone.
No. She had.
Cherry would be looking at Pete, and she, after a while, would go, "Pete, are you capable of lying?"
Yes.
All humans are capable of lying, Cherry.
Cherry
So,
would
just don't.
look at Eva and just you can tell that she's trying to discern something about Eva's face. Eva would probably feel a little uncomfortable with how intensely Cherry is looking at her for a second.
I'm just gonna give you this one. I think Cherry can see that Eva has second guessed herself and realized, oh wow, yes, I have lied. She's got that caught in the act kind of look.
Yeah.
Hand in the cookie jar and sitting there saying, nope, I'm not eating cookies.
As they'd been talking, Cherry had pulled out her candy stash and had grabbed some. And as she was looking between the two of them, she'll just blow a bubble and put her headphones back on her ears and pop it.
and then they can hear just the muted cacophony louden.
Okay. Good meeting.
Pete will Pete will look at Eva, confused. Is there something wrong with me being capable of lying?
No. I mean, everyone does it, right?
To some extent, yes.
I totally forgot that I hid. And I hid you in the treehouse. That's lying. I lied to my parents.
Yeah, but I'm sure they would have forgiven you. You did take me aside eventually.
Of course. Couldn't have you sleeping up in a treehouse. We should get out of her room.
Cherry would wave at them while they're leaving.
Pete will back out.
Eva, even though Cherry can't hear her, or maybe she can, I don't know, still says, even though she thinks Cherry can't hear her, still says, bye, good meeting, thanks.
Cherry would blow her a kiss and then wave and then look back at her screens.
Aw, I see why she's so popular. And then Eva closes the door all the way this time.
Are people popular for more reasons than they're just pretty?
Well,
Are they also popular because they're nice?
oh, yes, sometimes nice people are popular, but it's more about personal charisma and magnetism, and she has that.
He does.
New canon that somewhere on Cherry's luggage there needs to be a sticker that says pretty privilege.
Yes,
Oh, she's one of those.
you
We can say someone else put it there to piss her off, but still.
you
I
should
feel like
watch.
Bo would have done that.
Maybe. You should watch some of her streams. She's very engaging and she knows what the public wants to consume.
Oh. Okay.
Her other sticker on her suitcase is going to say dopamine dealer, but we're not going to talk about that.
Alright. So, assuming that the Cherry sets up a meet, and we get the burner phones, I will drop off 100 credits from Eva's character sheet.
Alrighty.
Well, at the point that you say that we can.
Yeah. Let's go ahead then. I think that's going to be a connect roll. From Cherry, that is.
Ah, okay.
Assuming Cherry's going to be the one sourcing them.
Sure.
That's going to need a reroll. Actually, hold on a second.
I mean, I thought Cherry was just suggesting burner phones, but I guess it makes sense that she's also the person trying to get them.
Probably.
How can I help you?
Yeah, I think you're gonna need to use your reroll to get a success on that. All right, nice. That will do it.
Hooray, expert!
So yeah, um, Cherry is able to get in touch with somebody, and we don't need to play out the whole process. But she gets a location in the kind of the outskirts of the city, the whatever the refugee town uh, sort of area, and so Pete would definitely they would want to definitely take Pete along just for safety.
Eva also really wants to go along with this. Or on this, I should say.
Yeah, they could definitely all three go, and
By the way, how tall are Eva and Pete?
I think we
Mm.
established Pete is pretty tall, like 6 something.
And I think I've been picturing Eva as slightly taller than average, so she might actually be 5'8", 5'9",
Okay.
maybe 5'10". She seems like the tall, lanky type without so much lanky. Like she's not skinny or in need of a sandwich by any means. Um, she's definitely slim, but she's um spent some, a lot of years working on engines, building tree houses. And I just kind of picture her as being tall enough to lean into those engines. We'll
Fun.
go 5'10".
Cool. I was trying to imagine things in my mind, and I was like, wait, I have no idea like what scale this is.
Five ten is too tall. I'm going back down to 5'8".
I would say Cherry is like a good 5'6", 5'5", but she
Mhm.
definitely is very thin. Could use more sandwiches, less candy.
Now I will say I regretted instantly using the sandwich uh, analogy just because I know that the body issues go in both directions and not everyone can gain weight.
That's true.
I was one of those for a long time.
My entire high school, all the way to the end of high school, until I moved out and spent a year drinking beer, um, I was 135 pounds as 5'8", slightly shorter than average man, and fairly athletic at that 135. Nothing I ate ever made a difference. Oh, yeah. I was also one of those.
All right, well, let's see. So,
Total tangent.
yeah, that's all right. So back to burner phones. The three of you can make your way without fuss or trouble, especially um, the trio of you, with Pete looking as robust and guard-like as he can.
Cherry would be wearing her medical mask because she does not want to be easily recognized while on the sketchy side of town going to buy burner phones.
Ooh, I like that. That actually sets up for a real interesting dynamic later on. Perfect. Neat.
But
All right.
yeah,
Go ahead.
Very
that's
good.
all right. So Yeah, you guys can get one case of phones, and you're given the admonition that you picked them up on the side of the road after they fell off a truck or whatever, and you've never seen this guy before. All that good stuff. But Cherry had sweet talked her way into this connection, and this guy was happy to see her. Wasn't isn't too he isn't too harsh about his warning. Just seems like it's something he tells people by rote. And
Mm-hmm.
their credits change hands. He's ready to see you on your way.
Nice.
All right.
Takes his man and goes.
It's paid. That went well.
Mm-hmm.
That went
Did you doubt my ability to get what you needed, or?
We're in the dangerous part of town. I've looked at all of the crime statistics for Arsenio, Arseno, and this is definitely the high crime area.
Yeah, it is. And sometimes that's what you need.
A couple of dirty-faced people standing by nearby lean to look at you as you walk past. Just stare.
Oh, I'm not saying you guys are criming. Criming isn't the word Eva would say. I'm not saying you're committing crimes, just that crimes are committed in this area. It's okay, carry on.
She's gonna yank on Eva's arm. Like, you're so silly, Poppy. Just ignore her.
One of them reaches
She's
a
gonna-
hand into his jacket and just leaves it there while he keeps staring.
She's gonna yank her in an opposite direction from where they've been going.
Pete will watch the guys a little bit longer.
There's Eva's charisma.
Yeah,
There was what?
Pete watches
I
back.
didn't notice anything.
Yeah, as Pete watches back, they keep watching until you turn a corner, but they stay where they're at and don't make any other moves.
I'm having this vision of us like going down the street, and as we turn the corner, Pete's head just like doesn't swivel, and
Does
the
the
rest of his
owl
body
thing.
does. Yeah, there's the owl thing as we're like going around a corner.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh man, that's actually fairly disturbing to imagine.
It
It
is.
doesn't have to like stay looking the same way he's going. That's fair.
That is awesome.
I posted what Cherry looks like with her mask on when she doesn't want to be recognized.
Ah, yes. It is still a fantastic picture.
I was really thankful to come across that.
Yep.
So we have said box of burner phones.
That you do.
Well, yes, Eva will take one out to Bo when she delivers something that is definitely not steak to him to eat.
He's going to be so disappointed in the lack of steak and in missing out on all the chances to be me and in the conversations that have occurred while he was away.
So true.
Yeah. Probably just gets him like I don't know. She's thinking on a budget now, so they have veggie burgers here?
Veggie burgers.
They would indeed.
Are they more expensive here as they are modern days, or are they kind of, standard fare now?
Yeah, I'd say on your all they're pretty commonplace.
I thought so, yeah. So, that's what Bo gets as Eva brings the burner-phone to him.
In fact, I'd even go so far as to say that that's probably that's the standard burger. You have to actually specify that you would like a particular kind of meat.
Okay, yeah. Perfect. And as she's delivering it, she'll say, whispering a little bit, because he's on a stakeout. This is the highest quality burger that I could afford for now. I will make sure to get the better quality, cauliflower steak burgers next time.
Oh no! So she gives it away. I was gonna say he'd be pretty happy about a burger.
Well, she says we'll get you the higher quality cauliflower steak burgers next time. So he can still have some doubts about what he's eating, what he's
Still
getting
have
now.
Well, I guess a burger's pretty good if you couldn't get steak. Yeah. Oh no, no need to worry about getting any fancy cauliflower burger. He'll take a bite and then be, what in the Sam Hill is this?
Oh, that's the cauliflower burger. I said we can get the cauliflower steak next time. Cauliflower steak burger.
You mean this burger ain't a burger? It's made out of...
No, it's a burger.
Out of vegetables?
Well, yes, but it's still a burger. It's just not a ham
I've never
burger.
heard nothing more horrible in my entire life.
It's perfectly edible, and vegetable burgers are much healthier for you, Bo.
This ain't a burger, it's an abomination.
Oh my, there are actually cauliflower burgers.
Oh yeah, they're super good actually.
I mean, I'll try anything once.
Oh.
I also found a picture of definitely Eva.
Oh no. Oh wow. Yes. Right down to the messy hair.
Down to the cheekbone.
Yeah. That's amazing, actually.
Nicely done. All right, so was Eva delivering the Bo's burger by herself?
She
Cherry
could have.
could have gone with her if it was like after the burner phones or something.
Yeah, it would have been after the burner phones. She's also bringing burner phones, presumably.
Yeah.
Are we all hanging out in the mystery machine?
A little platter with a burger and a burner phone. Your meal, sir. Yeah, no crew left behind.
Or as Bo might say, no crew unpoisoned.
Well, let's say it's been a couple hours since the start of the stakeout. Because you're just in time to watch the front door of the house open.
Oh no, with all of us there? Or is this just for Bo?
Whoever's there is there. You guys could have piled in the back of the van or something.
Oh, I don't think we were
Like
planning
a-
on stay there with him.
Oh, okay.
No.
I
Yeah.
don't know if you guys are all like just
Do it.
hanging out around the van, or
Nope.
you were just dropping it off.
No, this was a drop off. If Bo wants Eva to stay around.
Well,
If it stops her from buying more veggie burgers.
it won't.
there's only one way to stop her from buying more veggie burgers.
And that's to pry the veggie burgers out of her cold, disappointed hands.
Yeah. So has Bo been watching? Like, has he had? Well, let me think here. What has his stakeout been looking like? His and Zeke's. And get that context before we proceed here. Just chilling in the front seats of the van, watching the front door. And you want to give me a ballpark of how far away from the house you are?
How far away was that house that was under construction?
I was like 3 houses down.
Okay, and it's still like in line of sight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I figure pull up there. Rental van wouldn't look amiss, sitting at a construction site.
Mm-hmm.
He'd
Okay.
think so. Yeah, pull up and
It's a bit
he's
far
try
away.
to stay out of sight while keeping an eye on the door.
Yeah. You got direct line of sight to the front door and everything, but it's a bit far for picking out details.
Guess he does have his binoculars. The old
He does have those.
Dio
Yeah, those would make
modern
mincemeat of that distance. So yeah, okay. Well, he's notices the front door open, and Diedrich steps out the front and turns for a moment to look back into the house. Bo whipping out his binoculars, shushing everyone.
Yeah. Well, y'all showed up just in time for some action.
No, I hate action.
All right.
We got him now. I figure this is the kind of guy who goes to bed at 8 p.m.
But no, instead he's leaving. And from where you're at, you can see him. He's turned, and it looks like he's talking to someone still inside the house. And then he turns and walks along the sidewalk to the driveway to get in his car. And a woman comes to the door who is clearly much older than he is. And
Oh no, he still lives at home with his mom.
Yeah, I'd say I knew this guy's a loser. He lives with his mom.
holds her blanket around her and waves, and then closes the door, and he drives off.
So I may have gotten lost a little bit. Did we establish that we are all there?
Yes.
Okay.
That had not been our intention, but it is what has happened.
Okay. Going along.
Yep.
You don't have to follow along on continuing the stakeout, but you were all there in the moment. I was hoping to generate a little bit of excitement.
Yeah, let's say that Eva that we brought like a whole team meal. Wasn't just Bo that got a cauliflower burger. Everyone got a cauliflower burger except for Pete.
Yeah, man, it helps to have people to sleep in shifts
Yeah.
so you can not lose any time.
Yeah, that's true too. We follow him, right?
Oh yeah, first interesting thing he's done in a little bit.
That's how stakeouts work in a different book that I read.
Oh yeah, those factual guides with the shirtless dudes.
Look, a lot of research went into Romancing the Moons, okay? It's fiction, but the author knows what she's talking about.
I am not hearing this right now. Bo, aren't you supposed to be following that guy or something?
We will space. You don't want to be too eager. But yeah, I'll be pulling out.
All
Also, I
right.
guess far be it from me to question Buck Jones and the Planet of Kissy Faces or whatever you read.
Romancing the Moon by Jennifer Moons. Oh, I get it. Oh, that novel is so much. Oh,
Oh, that's a little self-congratulatory.
it's self a lot of things.
Dude.
Eva is turning red.
As you probably should.
Yes.
Oh man. I feel like this would be Avery's moment to interject as Zeke here.
It would be.
Aw.
Give us some Lord of the Rings updates.
Mhm.
I mean, I kind of feel like Pete would have glanced at Eva and been like, Ava, really? You based your off of romance?
What did she base off of a romance novel? I missed it.
How to stake out.
Oh.
How to do a stakeout.
Yeah, I guess her understanding of our career.
Yeah, it's actually much broader than just a stakeout. There's a lot of things that Eva is basing off of some of these romance novels.
It's an action romance novel. It's different.
Oh my word. If her basis for life is a romance novel, next thing Cherry is gonna know is she's gonna be like, so Bo, how do I talk to him about the fact that he's obviously attracted to me because he's showing all the hallmark signs of the broody antagonist who's actually got a crush on the main protagonist? And then Cherry's just gonna be like, kill me now.
Oh dear.
And I just want to let him down easy.
Little did Cherry and Zeke know they were booking passage on the spaceship Hallmark.
Turns out Bo used to be a doctor.
Oh,
my
no.
He left
Oh,
the
no.
busy city life.
I guess he is a small town boy. You were doomed. Doomed.
Only
Oh.
doomed if he was wearing flannel.
You're doomed, Bo. He's in
Uh-oh,
space
Winnie.
flannel, at the very least.
Oh, I guess we hadn't talked about his outfit. I was thinking eventually he will return to his flannelly country dressing roots. But right now, he pretty much always looks like he's on his way to a Day to Remember concert.
Okay, how funny though would it be if it's like, if Eva's point is like, no, he can't be the main romance interest. He's not wearing flannel. And then like at some point he pulls out flannel and she's like, error for 404. Like, fuck, that's not
Oh,
like, wait a
no.
minute. I misjudged.
Oh man. Well, you guys tell your judge, bishop, whatever this guy is, for a while, and It's a different time of day, much easier, less severe traffic. He's also not going to quite as busy a part of the city. And you follow him to a bar where he parks and goes in by himself.
Oh, I thought you said this guy was a milk drinker.
Yeah, I thought he was too. I guess now we see why he doesn't want to validate the forms for this bar or a new bar old Mr. Gray's working on. He's got one that he likes well enough already.
What kind of bar is it?
Looks like a fairly nice one. It's pretty clean. The sign is all lit, and there are vehicles in the parking lot, and a couple other people that you see going in and coming out look pretty nicely dressed.
Oh, it's one of them fancy pants bars.
It's not like a hole in the wall, but it's not it's not like a nothing black tie or anything.
Hmm.
Well, what y'all think? We go in and have ourselves a little drink. See what old Mr. Mr. Teetotaler's up to.
Cherry's the only one that they would let in.
It's true. You could never.
You don't think I'm getting by that fella?
Cherry would look up at his hair and then down at his outfit and then back up at his face and go, no.
Yeah, I probably should clean up a little before I try to get in there.
Not without causing a really big ruckus and getting a lot of attention that we don't want.
Mr. GM, do you think Pete's experience with being a bouncer could possibly get Cherry in there?
Cherry would scoff at the idea of needing help getting in there.
I was gonna say
Or
Cherry or
Eva, at
someone
least.
else.
I
You
was
mean
meaning
Cherry?
Eva, but
Oh, okay.
Cherry's the first name that
Oh.
came to mind. Sorry.
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yes, I expected Cherry to balk at anybody else's help, but
Yeah, I was gonna say. I would think from Pete's, he would remember from his experience. He didn't think Cherry would have any issue. Eva, how is Eva dressed?
Very much like all the pictures that she's in. She's got a white tank top, some overalls. Probably only one of the sides is snapped up, and grease all over both clothes and self.
Yeah. Let's see.
Cherry would say she could fix that.
Let's see. Yeah, give me a notice check with wisdom from Pete.
Notice with wisdom. I think if I clicked this last time, it rolled it for Cade, so we'll just. Yep. Here. Because that's not going to be the right level. I don't know how to remove those shortcuts.
Wait, what's not the right level? Oh, because he had a +1. Okay.
Yeah, it would have still been a success. It's just.
Yeah. Oh, because you accidentally did Cade's.
Yeah, I have to figure out how to clear my little shortcut bar.
Got you. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, Pete is confident that in her current state, there's nothing he can do. She would need a thorough scrubbing and degreasing, as well as a clean change of clothes, at the very least. Uh,
I don't know if Pete's ever seen her wear anything but a white tank top and overalls.
Wait, is she like dirty on top of wearing work clothes?
hmm
Yes.
Mm.
Covered in grease.
What about Zeke?
Zeke is, as far as I recall, Zeke is dressed pretty nicely.
Mhm.
In his best
He's-
criming clothes.
In fact, I was waiting for the right moment to interject, without much fanfare, that in between floating some little well, I guess his maybe his knife around in front of him in the air, he'd sit up and say, "I could get in. Could get us all in."
Mm.
Wait, Zeke
This
says
is
this?
threatening to stab everybody.
Okay, but like, hun, let's think about this. What about once we are all in, right? And we now have a murder robot, a murder hobo, and just a work hobo in the club.
What? Which one am I?
Hun, I'm gonna let you figure that out.
I'm pretty sure you're the murder hobo.
I haven't
Zeke
killed
shrugs and goes
anyone.
back to floating his knife around. That wasn't what
Well,
you asked. Huh?
But you could get us out if we needed to get out fast. Right?
He makes a non-committal noise.
Eva, what if, like, I know we're like, we just met like recently, but what if Zeke and I go in, like, we're just looking for like a good time, and we go in with a microphone on us so that you guys can hear what we can hear?
Oh, it is just like in Romancing the Moons. Yeah, Bo, Pete, and I will stay here and stake out. And if you get in any trouble, which you probably will, then we'll be right here.
Right. And then Zeke, if you are okay with it, then if there's any trouble, you could just like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting a sugar crash. You could like just like teleport us out back into the van, right? If the van's in the same spot. I think that's how that works, right? Hero.
So is she talking to Pete?
She was
Or
talking to Zeke.
oh, Zeke. Sorry, I heard Pete. What was the question?
Oh my.
Out of character.
Can he teleport them out if things go bad?
Yeah, no, not exactly. No. I didn't mean it like that.
What did you mean?
um, he he just kind of grunts and gestures at his knife, and he's like, "Yeah, I can see things, know how to get in and out."
Right. So you're telling me you're always popping in and out of my room just to annoy me, and that you can't actually help me with that.
Working on it.
Got it. All right. Well, that's great. Um, Let me know how fast you get working on that. In the meantime, Do we want to go in right now? Because I think our window of opportunity is closing.
Yes, go.
Awesome. She's gonna flip down the visor mirror and pulled from somewhere she appears to have some makeup that she is freshening, and then just as quickly secrets it away and adjusts her clothing, and then gets out on the side of the vehicle that is facing away from the club entrance. And then she wants to wants to find a way to walk up without drawing attention to the vehicle, essentially.
Okay.
I mean,
Let's
at
see
that point,
here.
we can just take the vehicle and park because we're dropping off a club goer, well, a bar goer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a bar, not a not exactly like a nightclub.
Wait, does this guy own the bar?
Excuse me for my vague
Conflict of
phrasing.
interest. Conflict of interest.
And I was gonna say we don't gotta do anything to this guy now. Publish a ProPublica article on him.
So let me see here. So with Zeke being with Zeke going in with Cherry, I'd like to hold off on that until next session when we get Avery if we can.
Wait, okay, so are we saying he is going in with Cherry? Because I think they just told Cherry to go in.
By herself?
Yeah, if it moves us along,
And
My-
or with Zeke if he can sneak in, at least.
I had understood or interpreted Cherry's asking if she should go in as just Cherry because Zeke was
Oh, okay.
making
Non-committal.
yeah.
noises.
Yeah, non-committal about teleporting everybody out because he can't do that. But
Mhm.
I thought you guys were mainly talking about him going in with her just because he was the only other one who looked like someone who could get into the bar. I was gonna ask if you guys have a plan for either what you're doing in the bar, if you're just going to check out what this guy's doing in the bar, or if you have a plan for how you are going to convince him to do what you want him to do, / when or where you're going to do that. Because I am
Nope.
trying not to drag this on forever necessarily, unless you
Yeah.
guys are content to
Great.
just kind of.
Well, yeah. If he, go ahead, Ethan.
Oh, I was thinking this was still in the see what he's doing and building up leverage. It seemed like you were leaning toward. I guess I was picking up the vibe that we were eventually, if we kept following him, gonna catch him doing something he'd be embarrassed about having, become public knowledge.
That's kind of what I
and
was
then
gonna.
leverage him with the.
Sorry, Ethan.
Oh, sorry, Dick. Oh, you go ahead.
That's basically all I was gonna say too. Is we're kind of following your lead here, and it feels like we're investigating right now, or we're in an investigation and find dirt phase. If you're looking for ways to move it along to the bullion phase, I'm be perfectly happy to just have see some scenes to see this play out, to get the dirt, and then figure out what we want to do with it or how we want to approach him.
Yeah, we don't have to find the dirt in character. I mean, we can just.
Right.
Well, yeah, I guess I got you there. I guess I just meant that. Well, trying to think how to put it.
Definitely not trying
Um,
to tell you how to run your game either.
right, and yeah, I guess part of it is you're sort of trying to feel out what we're doing and how we're doing it with the new crew and stuff. Because I was kind of taking, trying to follow you guys' lead on what you were interested in
We were
doing.
following each other in
Um,
circles.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Which is not the worst. I
No,
mean, I
it's
think
not.
I think everybody was having fun, and I was fine. I was kind of starting to realize that um, I might be dragging it out more than it needed to be.
Yep.
Um,
I've felt that
but
it's been valuable because it's definitely helped me figure out how Eva is reacting to these rapid changes in her daily structure. Um,
mhm,
so it's been very helpful, but at this point, I'm ready to finish a job and for us to start looking at okay, to start feeling like this is what we do.
yeah, I got you. Yeah, and I was gonna say I think it was certainly valuable to get kind of the how does the crew talk through these situations and decide things and enact plans. Um, because I guess I could go mask off for a moment. I actually did not have anything in mind that this guy is doing that's particularly you know, embarrassing or damaging.
Mm.
Um,
Then
You just
So
want to make him completely innocent. That's what you want to do.
Well, I guess this stacks in then to the send him, the nice little Walgreens scrapbook of
I know
all
where
the
you live
places
and
he's
what you do.
been. Yeah. So
yeah, I
we're
guess.
still building that up, even if we don't get some kind of like, oh wow, this guy, secretly goes out and
Kicks
knocks
puppies.
over little old ladies, yeah, or kicks puppies or something.
Yeah, I mean, I think establishing what kind of individual this is, what his, what angle you need to, it helps you decide what angle to go at
right.
it with. So, um, yeah, I think seeing how he behaves or even interacting with him in person could be helpful towards that. Um, I guess I was trying to do I guess get a feel of the pulse, make sure that I'm not just
Would
completely missing the mark here.
would it help to say that if we do the stakeout and Cherry's in the club or in the bar and he's just having honest normal person, maybe he's got some skeletons in the closet but none of them, they're rabbit skeletons, there's no cold cases in there, nothing that we
Hmm.
can actually blackmail him with, and that's the information that Cherry comes back with. Because we've got the pressure of two other jobs that Eva really wants to do, um, Eva would probably then kind of like harden up and say, okay, then we just have to put that fuzzy logic kneecapping language on him and let him know where things stand.
Hmm. Okay.
So yeah, if that's what comes out of that club, then there's your, I guess, preview of what comes next. I kind of lost where I was going with that midway through. Sorry.
I got you. It's all right. So, yeah, and sorry, I guess I had misunderstood because I
I,
was sort of leaning towards shelving the bar scene so that Danielle and Avery could both role play that out. I thought that'd be fun. But um,
That's fine.
if Danielle, if Cherry's gonna go in, um, do you wanna do just a little bit of Cherry in the bar scene, or do you want to leave it out of character?
Um, We could just fast forward to like when she's coming back out, I guess.
Okay, yeah, that works. Let me see here. Got a message on the side to respond to.
Mm-hmm. I'm typing one-handed. 1 second.
Okay. Is Noah asleep again?
Yes.
Sweet.
That is a lot of paper on that desk.
They had to put something on it before computers existed.
I mean, it's also a more dramatic sweep.
And I guess lower stakes too if you knock somebody's laptop off their desk nowadays.
I mean, there wasn't even coffee in the mug, man.
Yeah, it's an
There should have been.
empty everything. Is it
Okay,
just
You can tell
pick
it's
up
clean.
the mildly ruffled papers later?
I mean, I could have done the panda one.
Now I feel like this one is teaching me so much about business based on the Eva school of learning about things.
Okay.
I
Right,
love
so
that panda.
Panda's great.
Oh yeah,
oh boy.
so aggressive.
If
That's
there's
it.
a
We're picking
video,
up a space panda on Dimnoff.
if there's a video to go with that, Jeff, I need a link to it ASAP.
There's like a whole series of them.
Well, then we need a link to the whole series.
All right, so yeah, Cherry comes out after about an hour. And she comes out the front door. Notice her laughing and leaning on the arm of a well-dressed man, not Mr. Diedrich here, who she'd gone in after, but another well-dressed, clean-shaven man who's laughing along with her, and has his arm out for her to lean on, and is seems like he looks around and seems to ask her something, and she points over towards the towards the other end of the building, and so they walk the other direction and some chat for a moment before they say their goodbyes. And I guess how does Cherry see off her friend there?
She would give him a hug, and if he's waving by, she'd give a wink and a wave and walk away.
Okay. So she makes like she's waiting for a taxi or something to come pick her up till he goes and it's in his car and leaves. And then she heads over to the van where everybody else is waiting.
Maybe those books are onto something after all.
Well, maybe she's the protagonist.
Oh, that was said in the most sad way.
Oh boy, yeah, that was. Oof.
That was right in the feels. No right. I think Cherry might be more like your lovable sidekick who like sneaks you cigarettes and is a bad influence.
Eventually, Eva will learn that this whole adventuring mercenary thing is not like the books. But right now, she's very admiring of Cherry.
So Cherry is gonna knock on the side of the van. Is this like a white unmarked van, by the way, with like no windows in the back, or is this like a minivan? Like, what are we talking here?
Uh, Is this the same van we transported the Badgers?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
I think the same rental van. It's
It
not
absolutely
exactly a
is.
night on the town vehicle.
I don't think it's unmarked. It's probably got the rental company.
Oh my word. Okay.
It's just, I don't know if that's better or worse.
All right, it might be better because no one can see her in the back of it.
Yeah, it's true.
So she was knocking for them to let her in.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like Eva's the type who'd be like, "What's the passcode?"
Maybe, but not this time.
I was gonna say if she did, Cherry would be like, "You just watched me walk across the road. Like you know who it is."
They have any real food in there? And did you bring me any?
Let's see.
That would be a yes and probably no.
Cherry would reach into her bag and pull out, still in the bowl, of peanuts that they put on the bar.
I mean, I'm gonna die of vegetarianism
The-
on this planet.
Peanuts that they put at the bar.
Die of vegetarianism.
Hand it to Bo.
That was a yes and a yes.
And then she would look at him and say, if you clean up next time, then like you could go inside and have like a really good steak burger. Isaiah bought me one. It was actually really good.
Oh,
Did they have cauliflower steak burgers?
No, honey, this was like a moo cow steak burger.
oh, thank goodness there's somewhere on this planet you can get meat.
Why?
Meat soaks up alcohol more.
Well, that might actually be worth taking a bath for.
Hmm. What did you find out?
Well, I found out there's quite a bit of divorcees who hang out at the brew club, which is kind of fortunate, but like also unfortunate, you know, because like that's a lot of baggage.
Hmm.
Also, if their kids are like just as close to me in age as like he is, that's awkward, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, but he had really cute eyes.
Cherry, about the bishop.
The bishop? I thought we were inspecting a senator.
Yeah,
Wait.
old Senator Bishop Armstrong
Oh,
Pierce.
his last name. That's his first name. That's right. That's right. Okay. Okay. So like What I found out is that he's just a super boring guy. Like, there's nothing about him online because there's nothing to write about him. Okay, he's divorced, got divorced with little fanfare, probably because he's boring, if we're going to be honest. Like, if you're married to someone that boring, like, are you going to stick it out? Like, really? I don't know.
So,
And I tried talking with him, but he was just like not very interesting to talk to. He kind of like rants about like the really liberal Vathoxians if you get him started. I think he like considers himself like a hardcore, like true Vathoxian, you know, if
so
you're into that.
we're just strong arming a basically decent guy.
I mean, what's your definition of decent, honey? Because like
I mean,
his taste in alcohol was questionable.
I was thinking that maybe he, was uh, burning down orphanages, or that he had like a smuggling ring and was distributing base heroin and like
No, honey, that's probably closer to what Bo's doing on the side.
Bo, no. Um, that's an entirely different set of novels, Bo, and they're not good, okay?
Yeah, I never worked with them space heroin dealer guys. I think I did murk a couple of them though.
Merc means oh.
Yeah. No.
We're really just gonna threaten just some random guy then.
Think of it as livening up this wet blanket's life a little bit.
That doesn't make it better. Eva
So listen, I
flicks a
don't think we're like gonna rough him up, okay? Like the dude is like a wet paper bag. Like we probably just need to like put it in perspective for him, you know? Like somebody who can like listen to him and like maybe just encourage him the right way, you know? Like
You think you can do that?
whoa, I'm sorry, what me?
Yeah, tell him that a new sad divorcee bar is getting opened up. Maybe he'll
Mm.
just sign on the dotted line right then and there.
I think we need to just go. Let's do this right now. We have other jobs that her
Well,
eyes flicker over to Pete. A little bit of
so like
like don't judge me, and back over to Bo.
So, like, and Cherry's gonna be kind of looking around hesitantly and like fiddling with her collar. Um, so like, I kind of asked Isaiah about like how the local governance feels about like the new bar that our friend Mr. Gray has been wanting to open. And it feels like there's mixed reviews, but apparently, Mr. Senator Guy doesn't is not a fan. There are some like questionable features of the new bar. Um, and the proprietor has a bad reputation.
And he's getting us to do his dirty work.
No one said anything about dirty work.
Is
Okay. It's just that like the senator doesn't like that like the floor plan maybe had too much room for a few like activities and like a suspiciously like boxing ring looking room underneath it and
it,
like
it is dirty work. If we're going to pressure the senator to stop opposing it, and all of his objections, all of that is reasonable. Those are good objections. Mr. Gray is violating the building codes.
no honey.
Sounds like this guy just doesn't want a non-sad divorcee bar getting opened up.
Right? Cherry's phone is gonna ping. She's gonna look at it and she's gonna smile and then type something out really rapidly. Yeah, so here's my thought. All right. So like I might be like a couple generations too young for like this bishop guy. I don't know. But I could try, right? Um do you guys want me to like go back in there right now and try and talk to him some more?
No, that sounds grody too.
Yeah, I don't know. Think you'd come on a little
It's
strong if you.
I
I
have
mean, I guess I've
showered.
I've done that at the bar before, but I don't think that ever exactly worked out between me and the girls.
Oh my goodness, you guys are gross. I did
We
not
don't
mean like
exactly have
that.
classes for this.
Cherry briefly considers what it would be like trying to teach Bo in a class about stuff like this. Um, okay, so you don't like the fuzzy kneecap language option. You don't like the sweet talking option. Honey, what did you expect convince this person to let me do what I want to do would look like?
I thought he was going to be a bad guy, but he's not, and we're the bad guys, and we just have a job to do. We've taken this contract, and reputation is everything. At least this early. We can't
All
back out
right,
now.
then let me go talk to him.
Maybe you can help him, I don't know, find some other 80-year-old that he'd want to date, and then that'd get him happy enough to sign off on this paperwork.
That's not a terrible idea. I just don't like know any other 80-year-olds, you know?
Okay. I don't.
So you start
Honestly, I don't even
planning,
think Bishop is that old.
and I'll
I'm
hit
gonna
up the
laugh if he's like
retirement
in his
homes to
50s.
find this guy a lady.
No. Mm.
Cherry would look over at Pete. All right, Captain, what do you think we ought to do?
People will look at Eva and be like, more like co-captain or lieutenant or something. Anyway,
Yeah. Captain Nuts and Bolts, tell me what you think.
well, excuse me. um, I think taking the social route might be smart since he does seem to be pretty innocent. Besides, to often means that a worse person could come in and could be harder to influence.
Great. Okay,
I
listen,
didn't
I was.
want to suggest offing him.
Oh my stars, guys, he's not.
Okay.
I was just gonna send him a spooky scrapbook, and y'all talking about murder.
I'm not. I'm. What?
I said not to.
Mhm.
While they've been talking,
Y'all call me
Cherry has
bloodthirsty.
been has pulled out a compact and has been reapplying her lipstick. And she'll look over at Pete and say, "All right, co-captain here makes a good point. Um, listen, he wasn't like decrepit, okay? He was just like a little older than Isaiah. I mean, like a lot older, but still, like, I think it's doable. Not doable. I just mean like I could talk to him. Um, I'm gonna go. I'll be back. Okay, like just let me talk to him."
Pete's head will just swivel and look at her after that do him comment.
Cherry's like turning red. She's like, "I just meant like me talking to him is not laughable, okay?"
Yeah, text us if you need a save for Mr. Early Bird
Okay.
Special in there.
Oh my word. I'm not texting you. Do you want me to get you a burger before I come back or no?
Bo will, I don't know, mutter to himself, mission comes first. I'll say, no, that'll look weird if you came out with a burger, I guess. I'll just try this veggie burger again.
All right. Cherry will hop back out of the van and go back
Right.
around to enter back into the bar.
Once more into the breach. I think that's a good stopping point for us. Fade to black with Cherry heading back to the bar and Bo crying softly into his veggie burger. um, well, yep, that'll wrap it for us. We grab the. Let me see. This up slightly. Let's see. All right. And that looks like it falls to me to be first tonight.
I love coming at the end of a session to the out of character chat.
Let's see. Dex, what was the name of the book that
Ugh.
Oh,
Eva keeps referencing?
this is a new one. It is Romancing the Moons by
Yeah.
Jennifer Moons.
Yeah, I think Romancing the Moons takes the cake for me. I love that this is canon. That her a lot of her understanding of things and how she expects things to go is coming from these some variation of romance novel. Just love that. Danielle, what about you?
Man, that's just really hard. Can it come back to me later?
Yeah, it can. Dex, what about you?
I'm gonna give it to GM for while it may have complicated things, this guy not being a bad guy and putting us directly into the morally gray area that Firefly tries to stay just above, like the Captain Mal in Firefly tries to stay just above. That is the perfect starting point.
Yay!
Yay!
Ethan, what about you?
Captain Nuts and Bolts.
That was a good line.
And then I guess everybody like ending up in the mystery machine to take off, tailing this guy to the bar.
Good.
Hi, Isla.
She's been going nuts the last 15 minutes straight.
Sounds like she might need an
I've been
honorable
laughing
mention.
at her almost as much as the game.
Good. She's helping Daddy out. Robert, what is your favorite?
The veggie burger blues and the blossoming question mark age gap relationship.
Oh man, yeah.
The space
Nice.
between supporting sugar daddies since 2024.
Hey, which one of us got a burger by the end of the episode? That's fine.
Sadness.
Age is just a number, and numbers can mean whatever you want them to.
Is
with the
that how
right
math
framing.
works?
It's all about the framing.
That's why I failed math. Just kidding. I never failed math. My mom would be so upset with me. She knew I said that.
97% of numbers are made up anyway.
Oh my word. I think my favorite thing was actually when Cherry asked Pete if he could lie. And he said yes. And Eva's response was just like, well, yeah, people can lie. Like, she obviously fully believes that Pete is human.
Yeah.
And Cherry is still like, he's obviously a robot. Like, a very very obviously a robot. So, like, she's trying to figure out exactly, like, how how capable he is in mimicking human behavior. Oh, Noah.
Yeah, and it was funny because that scene, it actually made me think, and I didn't bring it up in the moment because there was stuff going on I forgot later. Made me wonder, like, I guess it would be good to make sure that we're on the same page about, what the world is actually like. I was wondering if, like, Cherry just had this idea that, well, robots can't lie. They're not programmed to be allowed to lie. Thought that might bear further discussion at some point. So I'm filing that away. Well, I very much appreciate all the feedback tonight, especially some of the stuff affirming things that I did, because I was not feeling super confident about a couple of those things. So, obviously, I'm open to critique as well, but it is a good feeling to realize that a move I made was actually appreciated.
Yeah.
I also did appreciate you telling us, just out and telling us, even though it was kind of annoying at the time.
Yeah.
That, like, hey, you're not gonna, like, you can keep digging, but you're not gonna find anything there.
Yeah, I was kind of
That was
weighing
so
it
cool.
because because I was starting to kind of get that feeling. We joked about the puppy kicking factory, but like, I was trying not to just like spell it out clearly. But then when Ethan said, we were just it was kind of seeming like, and Dexter chimed in, yeah, we're following your lead. I was like, I think we just need to clear up the misunderstanding and not feel too bad about having kind of let you peek behind the curtain for a moment, because in the interest of not like wasting more of everybody's time thinking they were getting something that they weren't going to get.
Hey, we meet once a week for 3 hours. We can't really afford to waste time. So
Yeah, and having fun is all well and good, but it's got to be productive fun. No, anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how you guys navigate this situation, because I had very much intentionally wanted it to be it's not like this guy's just he's secretly some scumbag and you're doing the right thing by exposing him or by forcing him to get with the times. It's like a little more question to it.
Nope.
So
Yeah,
I look forward to doing more of that next session.
I feel like that was honestly quite important to bring Eva around from her butterflies in the sky kind of fake reality, and to realize where she actually has put herself.
Yeah. Through that. And let's see. Okay, it's 11:30. I'm not gonna go deep into this. Let's see. Sort of a little bookkeeping bit that I wanted to talk about briefly. Let me give you all your XP, and that'll do it. I don't know. It's kind of it's out of character planning related. It's addressing sort of how we wrap sessions up. Um, there's nothing wrong with having it on the stream, I don't guess.
Okay.
But basically, I was just thinking about. I feel like I hadn't done a very good, consistent job about getting from you guys like where you're going next session, what you're planning to do. So I was contemplating, and Danielle suggested maybe having some kind of like little, almost a form, but like something sort of like we've got the recap. Have something like, here's the plan, moving forward. Like Ethan posted the plan for tonight's session at the start. Having somebody in charge of doing that at the end of the session. Here's the plan for next time. And just have at least a bare bones of like what you're doing or where you're going. Because I think that would help me in my planning it and be something to reference, because especially the last few sessions I've noticed like I end up forgetting, and then I have to go back and try to watch the Twitch stream and piece together, okay, was there a clear plan? And sometimes there was and sometimes there wasn't. I don't know. Just wanted to plant that seed. Didn't want to keep us late talking about it, but think about that. Probably post a little discussion about it on here as well. But anywho,
Alright.
let's go ahead and cut the stream and call it a night.
Alright, ending
Alright.
stream.
Peace.